Okay, we're showing 6 p.m. I need to start this because I'm not going to wait for it forever, of course. And, I do have some, interesting things coming up. So, I figure we'll throw it out there. And, of course, I've kind of mentioned before, for sure, show of the new year. So, of course, Happy New Year, everybody out there. I'm not going to have a big show. It was supposed to have been yesterday. I had to delay it, of course. And, of course, we have, we're going to, next Wednesday, next week, 22nd January, going to have Bruce Naylor from Frugal Tech with us around 8 p.m.-ish, 8 p.m. Central Time. And we're going to be talking about home networking. That's one of the biggest topics. We might throw in a few other miscellaneous ones as well. I want to bring them in for more, opinions, knowledge-wise on that. And the 12th of January, of course, this month, we're going to have the full Tornado Plug review. And some of my initial observations on the software. Of course, I actually emailed the company and they sent a reply. Now I can see why they did some of the things the way they did. And actually, it's an advantage, actually. Pretty much the software, I understand how it works thoroughly. Now, I got to still use some of the apps. But I'm getting ready for the show next week with Bruce. And another things we got coming up, of course, there's Wirecast 4.01 that just came out. Updates, not a major release. Now, some of it was just for support new, I think it's Black Magic cards or devices. I think that was some of it. Some low-level stuff. And actually, they threw in some new titles, and it's called Pnp Titles. I think it's been one of the requested features, and actually, I'm probably going to be showing you that actually right now to show you what it looks like. And let me see if I can get the right camera shots. I can't remember. Is it 4? Now I do this separately. I usually lay the video on top of the background, and the only thing with that is I'm set in widescreen, and if somebody inputs from guests using Skype 4:3, then it's kind of hard to match the two different sizes. And so, of course, by using the I'm really sorry about that. That is totally my fault. See, I did it again. This is a brand new shot I just did yesterday, so sorry about that. I'm still getting used to the audio. I'll retell what I just said before. This is one of their new templates, which is it's called Picture in Picture, and actually everything in blue is just the template. And this is the way I kind of used to do it before. I'll show you an old shot. Now this is kind of like a picture-in-picture, but on this one I actually probably been doing it wrong. I kind of have a background picture, and then I overlay on top of it using the two, the different video aspects. And for guests, that can be hard because because I'm all in widescreen, you know, because I updated it. And if they come in 4:3 aspect ratio or a different one, it's kind of a little bit of a hassle to resize it where everything matches. With their template, it actually makes it easier. And then you kind of have to reverse that. And everything in blue, the template you have to make is in the foreground, and you actually make your two different video sources in the background, and then you can actually move it around, and it sizes it out a lot better. Another thing is the titling, and well, you can see Bruce Naylor, that's my guest for coming up next week. I was getting his ready. And before I had to, I used one title, and then I have to put the two names. I put a bunch of spaces, and it wouldn't line up right, and it was a big hassle. This one's a lot easier because the titling, you just line 1 is showing my name, and then when you type on line 2, it automatically goes on the other side, which was of course you've seen Bruce Naylor. So the titling is a whole lot easier. I might make my own templates eventually, and but I'd have to take the picture and I have to crop out the two where the two pictures would go, and then I would put the template in the foreground and then the pictures in the background. That's a lot of the better way to do it, really. But I thought it was really nice with the titling, and I think they have like I think they got like 3 or 4 picture-in-picture ones, and I think they may have 1 or 2 if you have 3 pictures. You can you know, set it up that way as well. So good job on Wirecast for implementing that. And now that they starting to do the templates, you know, I have a feeling they're going to do some new ones in the future, which is nice. Maybe perhaps even 4 eventually. So good job to you, Wirecast, out there. So sorry about the audio. That's a new shot. I totally forgot. I didn't know I was even going to show you that today. So for each new shot you make, you got to make sure you input the audio. You won't hear anything. And on my show, I mess up quite often, but you know, that happens. But so now it's going to be easier for me to set up the shots. So now all I got to do is just, you know, once I have the video inputted through, you know, Presenter, then I might have to crop it slightly, but it'll be a lot easier. And that was the trouble I was having before. People's guests, I'd have to, that was the biggest thing. It took so much time. Now it's probably speeded it up by half, or 1/3. It's the time, so which is nice. And I figured I'd throw that out, you know, because it's going to be kind of neat feature. And I think I wanted to do a topic also today. Well, for the people in the chat room, it's pretty quiet for a Sunday. I think everybody's has New Year's. Either they're going home from a long distance, or they have a really big hangover, I guess. But now I admit I seen this on Leo Laporte's show, but I figured I'd throw it out for the chat room as well. And he actually come up with an interesting thing. What do you think with the top 5 devices of 2010? What do you think were the most the best ones out there? And I guess you could put them on order or not. And I think he mentioned, I think for him it was, I think he put number 1 was actually the MacBook Air, I think. He has one, he said he uses it all the time. I think he put the iPad 3rd. Yeah, I figure I'd just throw it out as a conversation, you know, but I kept up with it simply because I do Tech Show Wednesday, so you know I should at least know something about it. So I kind of had to keep up with it. Now, isn't a System 76? Isn't that like they make computers? They build computer systems. I think that does sound familiar though. There's actually quite a few pretty good ones too out there, system builders. Oh, okay, laptops with Ubuntu. Okay, I would think these are the regular PC ones that they build. I think I was thinking the ones they put Windows on, but there's a few. you know, manufacturers that make computers and laptops specific for Linux. I think there's quite a few out there, but yeah, oh my gosh. Usually you always hear the Apple tax. Oh my gosh, and then now you're hearing the Windows. That's the first time somebody mentioned a window tax in there, but which makes it for another good conversation. Do you believe that there's actually an Apple tax? And oh my gosh, that could be so controversial, really. What do you guys think? Is there actually an Apple tax? And to me, I don't really think there is one. A lot of people say, you know, because, you know, a lot of their stuff is expensive. You're just paying for the operating system and not the hardware per se. Yeah. Have any of you guys actually heard the term Apple tax? And that's actually a very good topic. Could be controversial. You know, I'm not saying it isn't. But yeah, that's where they're saying that the costs, you know, for the unique user experience, you're paying, you know, that's why they're charging so much or something like that. But they mark up their products a lot. Okay, that's what Jewel Proof said. This is my own take on Apple, and it's not often I look at Windows and other operating systems, but in that particular, you know, discussion, you got to think of what you're getting, the product itself. How you doing there, Linux Lifer? Welcome to the show. And I just threw a topic out there. I don't know if you heard Apple tax. Supposedly, people think since it's the Apple name, charge extra for that unique user experience. Now, you have to look what type of product you're actually getting, and you notice they don't use a lot of plastic in a lot of their items. It's often billeted aluminum, which is I'm trying to think the word, the manufacturing process. They take it from a solid piece of aluminum, then they shave it down into the form, you know, and of course that costs money. And they don't use, most of the time they don't use cheap, necessarily cheap, you know, stuff in their computers. Tell you the truth, I think the operating system is really, they're more of a computer or device seller. They don't really sell operatings per se. They just come with the devices. They charge a premium price, yes, but you have to look what you're getting. Just like this touch screen, I think they have probably the most advanced touch screen of any device that I've seen so far.